Hey there guys, it's Lee here. Welcome to another video of mine. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video. I've just been really busy recently with work and business. I've also just got back from a short holiday and I've had a few other things going on as well. So unfortunately I haven't been able to make as many videos as I would like, and it has been quite a few weeks since my last one. However, I'm going to try and keep a little bit more up to date and try and make the videos as frequently as I can, at least on a more a regular basis if I can do that. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to set up the wallet for a coin called Nexus. Nexus is quite a cool blockchain technology. I've seen an interview with the actual developer, and he looks like a smart guy and is working on quite a few interesting concepts and ideas for the actual Nexus platform. One of the things that I found that was actually most interesting was, or at least part of it, was a dual mining system, or a dual channel mining system that runs for this particular coin. So what it can actually happens is, or my understanding of it is, it actually supports GPU and CPU mining, and it flip-flops between two mining channels. So that's quite an interesting concept. It's got lots of other innovations as well, but I'm not going to go into those right now. So in this video I'll jump over to the other computer in just a moment, and I'll show you how to set up the actual Nexus wallet, and then from there what I'll do is I'll create a follow-up video which will show you actually how to mine Nexus. So let's jump over to the other machine now and we'll get set up with the wallet first. Okay, so we've just jumped over to the Windows 10 machine, which is next to me. I'm not going to be capturing any video footage of myself during this part, just the screen capture and audio, just so we can focus on the actual main content. So we're going to be setting up the Nexus wallet. So right now in the actual browser, I'm on the Bitcoin Talk thread for Nexus. I'll put a link in the actual video description so you can find this fairly easily. So it's just a regular Bitcoin Talk thread. If you scroll down quite a bit, the actual intro is quite long. It's got lots of different features, but we'll keep going to the end of the graphic. A little bit more text there. And this is what you want to be looking for. So I'll probably put a direct link to this in the video description as well as. So we want the wallet and we want the Windows version. So I'm just going to right click and open it in a new tab just so we can stay on this main page whilst downloading the Nexus Qt. So that is the actual wallet itself. I've also this is not necessary, but it will probably help you synchronize the blockchain for Nexus much faster as well. If you right click and open this recent database bootstrap, what that will actually allow you to do is download a copy of the actual blockchain as one single file. So I've already selected to download that. You can do that as well. I'll show you how to basically import that blockchain file, and it will just mean that the actual wallet will get synchronized much faster with the network. So yeah, select that and download that as well. I've already gone through and selected that. You'll be able to see that there. That's just finishing in my downloads, 1.4 gigabytes there. So if you do it this way, it will just be much faster. So download the wallet and download the database bootstrap file there as well as. I'll link both of those in the description. Okay, so now if you go to our downloads folder, we want to extract it, the file that we downloaded, which is a Nexus-Qt, and it's popped it in this little folder here for us. So we're going to open up that folder. We've got one program in there, which is Nexus-Qt exe, and we're just going to run that now. So we're just going to double click that. It's just going to come up with a firewall notification. We want to allow it in private networks. You can select both if you wish. It doesn't really matter too much, but you definitely need to select at least private networks. So we're just going to go allow access. and then this is the actual wallet from here. So what it's actually going to start doing is going to connect with a few peers, and then it's going to start downloading the blockchain. So what we're actually going to do now is we're actually going to close it, and just make sure it's not in your taskbar. So if you just check that there and make sure it's actually properly closed and it's not just minimized. I will come back to that. Let me just close the browser so we can focus a little bit. If you go back to our downloads folder, and then we should also find in here the actual Nexus blockchain. I can't remember what it's actually called. Where is it? I've gone computer blind. Oh, there it is. This one here. So we need to extract this as well. So we'll just pop this in a folder. So this is just going to extract that whole Nexus blockchain to a single folder. So this all should be in here. Okay, so we've got a couple of files. We're going to select all those. You can press Control and A, that selects them all, and then Control and C to copy all those. Then what we want to do is we want to copy these files into the actual Nexus default installation location. So if we go to our local disk, which is C in this case, if you go to users, then whatever you've got as your profile name, you want to select that folder. So in this case it's Lee, or you might have it owner or computer or something like that. So we just want to double click on Lee for me. And then you'll see another list of icons, and you should also see this application data folder. If you can't see it, it's because you've got your view settings to hide hidden folders. It's actually a hidden folder, so just show that if you can't see it, and then it will reveal it. So then you want to go into application data and then roaming, and then in here we should see a folder called Nexus, and then we've got some various other files in here. For you, you'll probably have the same files with the exception of just the logs really. So what we're going to do is those, the actual blockchain database that we copied from the downloads folder, we want to paste that into here and overwrite the existing files. So we're just going to paste that. It's going to say replace files in a destination, which is what we want to do. So it's copied the blockchain into that local folder, so that's great. Now if you go back to our downloads folder, sort this by name. Now if you go back to the Nexus Qt folder, you can copy this folder now to anywhere you want, or you can shortcut to it, whatever you want it to do. If we run the Nexus Qt again, then basically the blockchain is going to be a lot further along, so we're not going to have to download it using the actual Nexus Qt. We're only going to do the final little stretch of updating, so it's just a much faster way of doing it. I will say with the Nexus Qt program, I've used it on a couple of other machines, and with the blockchain being the size it is, it does take quite a while to open. On one of my other machines it literally took over an hour to open, but that wasn't as fast a processor, so there's some optimizations that need to be done on that, just in case any of the developers are taking notes. So we'll just wait for this to actually open, and then we can sort out the process of our wallet and address. Okay, so the Nexus Qt has now just opened up, and you can see on the bottom we've got this bar, and we've got 8,500 blocks remaining. So that's basically synchronizing with the actual network, and yeah, it's only got a few thousand blocks to actually complete. Whereas if we had started and we didn't use the actual blockchain bootstrap, we'd be on I think well over 100,000 blocks or something to download, and it would have taken quite a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this fully synchronize, and then we'll just talk about the address function just a little bit. We'll continue from there. Okay, so you can see that our Nexus wallet has now synchronized. You'll see this bar shows you the actual number of connections to your Nexus peers, which is basically the other nodes on the network. And then you'll also see this green tick that indicates that you're properly synced up. And that's what you want to have before you kind of make any adjustments inside the wallet, just as like a best practice. So if you go, when you first actually create the Nexus wallet, and also for most Qt type wallets, once you very first run the program, by default it kind of creates a wallet for you. So that is also true for Nexus as well. If we refresh here, we've got this wallet.dat, and that is the actual file where our wallet is kind of saved into. One of the things to note is that it's not actually encrypted or password protected. So that's something that we need to be mindful of. I can also show you how to protect that as well as. So if we go at the top, we've got this overview, send and receive. If we select receive, you'll see that this is basically the address of our default wallet. So it's got no label, and then you've got this address here. This is your Nexus wallet address, and it is also linked to this file here as well as. So if you basically want to receive any Nexus, or you want to do any pool mining or anything like that, you're going to be using this address. In addition to that, you can also create new addresses, and it'll just ask you for a label. So we just do new address, for example. We click OK, and that will actually create a secondary address as well as. So it's pretty straightforward, and then you've got, you know, multiple ways to do things. If you want to pay someone, you can just enter their address, the amount, etc. That's all fairly straightforward. If I just go back to the overview, if you go to the settings option, you've got the option to encrypt your wallet. So what it will ask you for is a passphrase. It says that you can use 10 or more. I think you can actually maybe use even less, but it's not really recommended. But if you enter a passphrase in here and then confirm it, select OK, then what that means is that your wallet file becomes encrypted, and before you can send any transactions, you'll need to enter that same passphrase to send any funds out from that wallet. So that's just a something that you definitely should do. I'm not going to do it for this purposes of this demonstration, but it's something that you should do. What I'm going to do now is I'm just actually going to close this wallet and import my wallet file, just to show you what the wallet looks like with some transactions inside that. So let's gonna pause this for just one moment. Okay, so our Nexus Qt wallet has reopened. So all I did was just basically close the application, copy my wallet.dat into the default installation location, and got rid of the default wallet.dat that was already in there, which is just an empty wallet file essentially. So that's imported into there. Reopen up the application, and that's basically imported my wallet. So you can see here I've got a balance of 47.308894 Nexus. I wasn't really going to read out the whole number there, but anyway, kind of got a little bit carried away. So we've got my wallet balance up in the top left hand corner. You can see we've got 30 transactions, and these are all quite small transactions. These are from my mining efforts. I've been doing a little bit of CPU mining for the Nexus wallet. Also, just to show you as well, which is kind of different from before, is you've got this kind of little timer, and Nexus has a proof of stake system as well. At the moment, I believe they're just doing proof of work, so it's the GPU and CPU mining. But over time, the proof of stake system, which is based on people's wallet balances and the node online times, will have more of a stake in the future. So it has this trust implementation, which is based on how many coins you have and how long you've had them in the wallet. At the moment, I'm still learning myself and exploring those kind of features of the coin, but it does look really interesting. So if I just go to transactions, you can see that I've got quite a few transactions here. They're pretty much all from the same address, or all arriving to the same address, and they are just for my CPU mining efforts. And there's not really much else to say there. I haven't really sent anything out So these are just individual transactions from my CPU mining. Let's just have a look here. So I've actually got two addresses. So the first one was just the default address that was created. So I've actually used that as kind of like one mining account. And then I've got worker 3, which you might have heard of in my other videos, which is the A10 7700K CPU, and that was mining on this account here as well. So I've been doing a little bit of CPU mining across two different machines using two different addresses. So that's kind of what's in there. Just go back to the overview. So I just want to give you a quick look at that, just to show you what the wallet looks like with some transactions and just a little bit of activity within the actual wallet itself. So that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to ask. You can just leave them in the video comments area. And I always do try to make an effort to get back to people. So if you do have any questions, that's the best place for them, and I will endeavour to get back to you guys. Look out for the follow-up video to this, where I'll be showing you how to CPU and GPU mine the Nexus coin. And I'll be covering that in a follow-up video to this. So look out for that. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.